What's happening, everybody? That's right, Felons Ain't Failures Podcast back in the building. This your boy, Coach Chuck, the podcast pastor.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Big Bro Los, and standing right next to me,
your boy D-Moss, C-Moss, better known as Coach Murph. How y'all doing out there this evening?
bro.
What's happening? You know how we started off.
Love you, bro. Love you, bro.
They used to.
Bro, what's going on? Yes, sir. Okay. Bro.
Oh, my bad.
I'm already trying
Trying to get you ready to get to your notes.
Get the colors.
Ain't wrote that down. I ain't got that wrote down.
Bro.
What's up? Talk to the people. Talk to us and talk to them. What you
October.
We come with all kind of episodes, all different kind of topics, you know, and we try to be informative. We try to raise awareness to different things as well.
Correct.
And as everybody knows, this is October.
October.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That color shirt you got on.
Yeah, I'm rocking the pink today because pink is for breast cancer.
Yes, it is.
You know, I see you got blue on.
Yes, it is. That's for prostate and colon.
Okay, blue.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Chuck, I'm talking about Coach Chuck. I got on the white, bringing awareness to brain cancer.
Okay.
And we want y'all to understand what we're doing is definitely we're not taking away from breast cancer because we definitely had some bouts with that in our own family. You know what I'm saying? Lost one of our greatest aunts to a long fought battle with breast cancer. Yeah. But we also want to take this month and we want to just incorporate cancer, period.
In general.
You know, because there are some people who may not have suffered a loss from breast cancer, but maybe have with rectal and colon cancer, which was our part, right?
Yeah.
And then some people battle with brain cancer, you know, so we want to encumber all the cancers into this breast cancer month.
We're gonna talk about all of it, but let me shine a little light on breast cancer real quick.
Sir.
Because
let's pay homage first.
Let's pay homage
This
first.
is the
You know
month
what I'm
of breast
saying?
cancer.
But with obviously with breast cancer and any cancer, early detection saves lives. Early detection saves lives. We gotta go to the doctor, people.
Yes, sir. Better believe it.
You know, and a mammogram, you know, because we're talking about breast cancer, a mammogram can detect breast cancer in its early stages, and that's where treatment is most effective. Okay. The earlier you get to it, the better your chances are, you know, for survival. You know, so let's do the early detection, you know. And I also got it says here that women should get a mammogram around age 40. Mm-hmm. You know, now I don't know how solid that is, you know, or if you can get them earlier, you know, I don't know. You know, they put these
most times if it's hereditary, it's in your family, like you have had someone in your family die from it, the age changes.
Right.
Okay.
So
definitely you need to know your family history.
Know your family history.
Yeah.
Be on top of it.
And men, we can get breast cancer too.
Yes, we can.
You know, we can get breast cancer too.
It's not that common, but it can happen.
Yeah, it's not common. It's a small percentage. 1% actually, which
but that's all it takes is one.
That's all, yeah.
It took somebody to make the one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the number with the 1% is like 3,000 or whatever. It may seem minor, but you don't know where your number is.
You might be that one.
You don't know where your number is. What you don't want to be is in the number. So get detected. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Whatever the procedure is for men, because they do the blood sample, whatever it is, let's all get detected. And what my wife told me was, you know, because a lot of times we kind of get mixed up when we don't remember the last time we went to the doctor or whatever. She said what she does is she schedule it around her birthday.
Okay.
So
You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you know, because you know it's your birthday. Yeah, so now I also know it's time for me to get my physical, my mammogram, or whatever it is. It's just an easier time for you to remember when to go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it just helps. You know, you ain't got to do it that way, but it was smart to me. So I just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, and typically, I do January.
Okay.
I just start my year off with a physical, but because I've been slipping when it comes to my weight. Sometimes I've been having to go back 6 months because of my A1C.
Okay.
But typically, like you say, everybody, you shouldn't have to remember when the last time you went to the doctor because you should go annually to get that blood work. You know what I'm saying? To get everything checked out. You know, even to the point of giving blood work, what a lot of people don't like to do, especially African Americans, take them HIV tests.
Yep.
All of that stuff. Like you said, early detection is the key. We talking about breast cancer, but this goes into anything that diseases your body.
Yes,
Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't go to the doctor, I'm quite sure they got. I remember Obamacare, so I don't know really what's all out there.
They got walk-in clinics and all that.
I've had insurance for a long time, but
if you don't have insurance, they got something
pick you a day, like bro say, like sis-in-law, she go around her birthday, I go every January. Like pick something that you can remember that you know that time of the year, you go let them draw that blood.
I go faithfully every 6 months, guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm diabetic, so I try to go every 3 months. But awareness, you know, I found out some things what I didn't know, bro. You knew, but I didn't know. I found out that breast cancer is it's not always detected by a lump in your breast. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I'm just knowing.
I know that. And some of the symptoms can be swelling around the breast. You know, swelling around the breast, the collarbone, and the armpit. You know what I'm saying? So all that, if you're having a situation with that, a continuous situation, you might want to go get checked, to make sure that it's not breast cancer.
And let's keep it grown. Men, like, with your wives, with your girlfriend, being intimate, like
you feel something,
like pay attention. From this point on, pay attention to your woman's breast. Like really more than just kissing on a motorboat, all that kind of stuff there.
Motorboat.
I said we're gonna keep it grown, but seriously,
get no growner than that. Get no growner than motorboat.
Motorboat, baby. Continue, bro.
Men, pay attention to your better half breast. If you feel like they feel bigger, you know what I'm saying? If it feel unusual,
ain't right.
Communicate with her. Yeah. Don't feel like I don't want to talk to her because it may bring shame to her. Be able to tell her, babe, this last episode, like your right breast, it felt kind of mushy. It felt kind of swollen. It felt different. It didn't feel like the left one. Well, I think they kind of different in a way. But it felt bigger than it normally feel. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Pay attention to your woman's body.
I'm gonna show you something how that can be very important because I saw a talk show one time.
You gonna show us that the right one bigger than the left one?
Negative.
No, you said let me show you.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me show you
Go ahead, bro. We're just trying to bring a little laughter to the situation.
There was a talk show, and the person on the talk show was doing a regular talk show, and one of the listeners or followers saw it and saw like a mark on their face. You know what I'm saying? So they said the comment in and said, "Hey, I'm a doctor. I see a mark on your face. It look like whatever. You might want to get it checked out." Yeah, kind of found out it was melanoma, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it was, but just by
somebody tuning into them and being
skin cancer. I believe.
Okay.
Just by somebody seeing it, and then that person reacting and going to get the job done, because everybody has been unfortunately touched by cancer
in some kind of way, and that's why we got them in different colors. Yeah,
some form, So
we put emphasis on going to the doctor. So that really puts emphasis on what we just said. Like, let's start paying better and closer attention to our loved ones. Everything began at home first. So, like, let's start paying closer attention, better attention to each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it, and we talked about this when they see alpha male by being animalistic. But even you notice with certain animals, like how it looks like the mother, like, examines those babies. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying we got to examine our, but I'm saying, like, we need to pay attention to each other. Like you said, we notice certain things, like bring up certain things. Hey, you keep getting these bumps around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be ashamed to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it could be something that we see or that somebody see that could be something that needs some attention.
Don't minimize what could be very important, because don't go to the bathroom or whatever, then you see something in that toilet that ain't supposed to be in there. A little shot of blood or whatever, you be like, that's right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Don't minimize that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Get that taken care of, and everybody, men, women, get a colonoscopy.
Ooh, I'm glad you said it. I ain't got to say it.
Get a colonoscopy.
And speaking of noticing things as far as your prostate, what they call the old man cancer, fellas, if you're having a hard time using the restroom, meaning urinating,
you saying like it don't just flow out.
Don't flow.
Yeah, you got to push it out.
You're able to urinate, but you have to force it. You might want to go get checked out because that's a sign of prostate cancer.
Yeah,
and that's just being serious.
Yeah, because once you go to urinate, and when your mind clears clears the pathway,
go. It should just
flow.
flow. It should just
You know what I'm
flow.
saying?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like you.
You have to force it, then
Yeah.
you might have an issue.
Yeah, like
and it ain't
people-
always that you
yeah.
burnt because you slept with the wrong person. Being
Yeah.
grown, they said. So
Get your colonoscopy.
yeah,
Period.
you sleep anyway.
And
You
your
know,
prostate.
And your prostate. All of it.
It's a very easy process, you know. You're under anesthesia, you know. And to be honest with you, the cleansing that they give you,
Ooh,
it's
that's the hardest part.
It's deep, but you feel so much better.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
You feel so much better, man.
I got a
After
bottle
you,
at the house
after you
right
sit
now
on
for
that
somebody.
toilet for an hour,
An hour.
and your legs
You
go
better
to
not
sleep.
go nowhere.
You know, I remember, bro,
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
when mom wanted to make that announcement about breast cancer, you know, and as soon as she mentioned the word, my mind immediately went to my father, who passed away from colon cancer at the age of 56. It immediately went to that and all the bad things that came with Pops.
Yeah.
You know, because it wasn't an early detection. As a matter of fact, it was a too late detection. You know, you was locked up, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember
I remember talking to bro from prison, and bro was like, 'cause I was getting ready to get out. And he was like, bro, when you come home, we got to take dad to the doctor. And this is why going to the doctor annually is very important. Not just even bigger than just you taking care of yourself, so you in a good situation. Because I bet on the hindsight, if Pops could have seen.
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Yeah, if he could have seen, like, what it did to us, I know he'd have went to the doctor years before it took him.
I was there. Cause you know, if you got a good relationship with your dad, like we did, you know, your dad is your Superman. You know, your dad is your hero. You know, and Superman don't die. Your heroes don't die. You know what I'm saying? And when he came to me and said he needed to go to the hospital, me and bro I already knew, you know, he had been losing all the weight. You know what I'm saying? But to see how the cancer took him away from us, it was brutal. It was mean. It was embarrassing. I remember once he was in the hospital, my grandson was probably about 3 then. And I just had him with me and I brought him into the hospital room and my dad said, I don't want him in here. Not me, he just said, Carlos, I don't want him in here. I said, Dad, what's wrong? It's just Sean. He said, I don't want him to see me like this. So he knew what that cancer was doing to him. He never came home, people. He never came home.
Yeah, and
He never came
I
home.
think that was one of the like most triggering things with me was I think I was naive. Because when we took dad to the hospital,
Right.
I was thinking maybe dad is still a little bit, and they're gonna fix him up. He gonna get some medicine, and then we'll start the journey to fight the cancer.
Right.
I had no idea, bro. When we took him that day,
That was it.
next time he left there,
In the bag.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that was it.
That was
I remember. I remember when you called, man. You say, bro, I knew when my phone rang. When you called, when my phone rang, I knew what it was, and you said, bro, he gone.
I knew when the hospital called me. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the caller ID. When Bayfront came up, I was like, my dad is gone. And then when I went down there that night, as soon as they called me, I went down there, shot down there, and the emergency was crowded that night, and there was a security guard. I'm like, man, I need to go in back. He's like, look, man, you can see it's a whole bunch of people in front of you, man. It's you gonna have to wait your turn. And I said, my dad just died upstairs. And he was like, come on. You So we say this to say, don't put your family in that position. Now, my dad didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was just being,
being
he
a
go to
man.
the doctor.
Being a man.
But if you have the opportunity to not put your family in that situation, to not put yourself in that situation, if you can get early detection so that you can be here longer for your wife and your kids and your family and your grandchildren and your friends, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
And at least if you have to go, you don't go like that. I think it's different when your family get the journey with you and fight the battle with you versus abruptly, you just gone.
And bro, you know what we talking about up here? Cuz your dad.
Yeah, my dad fought colon, rectal, and then it metastasized into liver and lung cancer. And just to see, like you say, your hero, my best friend, go diminish in front of my eyes,
right there,
to where you couldn't physically touch him. He looked like a Dalmatian with all the different color spots on his body and in his face. And I can recall, because my dad stayed in Apopka, close to Orlando. He wanted the whole family to come to the hospital because he was prepping everybody for the doctor to express to us that it's getting closer and closer to that time. But for whatever reason, the doctor didn't make it. So this was on a Monday. No, this was on a Saturday. Left Orlando, and my whole game plan was, okay, I'm going to go back to see my dad on Friday. I'm going to take my phone with him. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to record this conversation so whenever God decides to call him home, I can always go back to that conversation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I know.
And I guess that, and we saying that's why it's important because, why he get himself together. A lot of people say, I got to die from something. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't cancer, it's going to be something else. But Pop's been gone 23 years, just August 31st. 23 years. And you see how it still affect me and my brother and my sister. My sister, but she was here, she probably wouldn't be crying, though. That girl, that's the real little big Charles there. But just 23 years later, man, and three grown men, we can't even really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So if you won't do it for you, do it for the people who love you. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself checked out. Early detection. Fight the fight. You know what I'm saying? And let your support team, your family, fight that fight with you. And then, it'll be what it's going to be in the end. You know what I'm saying? But
it puts you in another place. And let me tell you how selfish I was, bro. Let me tell you how selfish I was. I'm coming to the hospital every day. I see my daddy laying up in there. I see all these machines and stuff hooked on him, and they pulling his waist out of his body, because his colon blocked up. He can't go no more, and I'm so selfish. I still don't want him to go. That's how selfish I was about my daddy.
he's suffering.
Suffering, bro.
Yeah.
Suffering, and I'm so selfish. And I'm not even gonna get into when the doctor came to me and said, "Hey, okay, listen, this what's gonna happen, but he's probably not gonna make it. So you, since you're here, you can be, you can sign papers or not, whether or not you want to resuscitate him, But what I heard was, okay, Mr. Price, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to play God.
Yeah.
And I said, man, this is my daddy, 'cause I ain't never know I won't be in no situation like that, But I'm gonna tell you what I did see from him. I did see his fight.
Yeah.
Even though he may have known that he wasn't gonna win, he still fought.
Guess who he was fighting
And
for?
I don't think he fought necessarily to stay alive. He fought because he's a fighter.
Yeah.
He was a fighter.
He fought for y'all.
So y'all get up here, y'all see me and Chuck, and we start talking that noise, and we start blowing up and telling you how bad we are and what we gonna do and how we not afraid and how we believe in ourselves and what we gonna do and how we gonna attack and how we gonna move forward. That come from him.
Yeah.
And it's here, bro. It's here. I don't care who you is and where you come from. It's here. And I'm coming at you. If it's the job, I'm coming at it. It's to be better, I'm coming at it. It's to fight my demons, I'm coming at it. Because Charles Price Sr. put it in us.
Big Charles.
Y'all think we something, you better not go to my sister. She crazy.
So,
she is my daddy's daughter.
to finish on that, so
Decent.
right,
Yeah, we'll close it out.
I got a
Yeah.
phone
I
call
can't take too much more of that.
on Wednesday saying they were moving my dad to hospice, which cool. He still was talking fine. Everybody looks at hospice as a negative thing. That's not always the case. It's just for hospice is to allow you to rest
Place of comfort.
and comfort.
Yeah.
So again, I'm still planning on this conversation. But before I get to that, my dad passed 10 days before his 51st birthday. My dad was a chef. So on his 50th birthday, I told him we were going to take him to a steakhouse. But that was a story to get him to get in the car with me. I had a 50th surprise birthday party for him. I had to literally almost fight my dad to get him out of the car to go into his surprise birthday party because he wanted to go to a steakhouse. So from that day, I promised my dad, okay, on your 51st birthday, I'm going to take you to wherever you want to go to get the most expensive steak that you can have. We
10 days
never
before.
made it to the restaurant because God decided to call him home 10 days before his birthday. So since February 9th, 2013, on February 19th, from that day on, every year, I don't care where I'm at in the world.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what I got going on in my life or what anybody else got going on. I'm either going to a restaurant or I'm cooking a steak in memory of that's what my dad wanted to do for his birthday.
Yeah.
And people don't understand how, like Big Bro Los and Bro Chuck was just saying, like, I think if he knew what my grandmother, myself, my little brother, my aunt,
They don't know
what we're going to go through with him not being here.
But y'all know. Yeah. Y'all know. And this we wanted to bring awareness to it, and I think we did that. Y'all heard our stories.
I'm done.
All y'all got a story, okay? All y'all got a story. Let's get to the doctor. Early detection saves lives. That's in all of us. Cancer is out there, but it don't have to take us. It don't have to beat us. Let's stay ahead of the game. Be proactive. Fellas Ain't Failures 42, everybody.